Hey, my name is Rich and my company is Emulsion Pictures. I wanted to take a few minutes today to show you this pretty cool matte box. It's made by Abracam in France, and they designed it specifically for this TLS True Lens Services rehoused 35mm LOMO Round Front Anamorphic. This lens is pretty big. That front diameter is 190 millimeters, which is pretty unusual in the industry to have a cinema lens with such a large front diameter. So you can't just use a like airy 6x6 clip-on or swing-away matte box. This lens, it used to have a telescoping and rotating front. When you pulled focus, the front, so you couldn't use a clip-on matte box. The front would actually move forwards and backwards, telescoping and rotating at the same time. So for first AC, it was kind of a nightmare to work with. So TLS did a beautiful job rehousing this. The Hawk C series are very, very similar lenses, and with the Hawk rehousing, unfortunately, they still had that telescoping and rotating front. So this, you can see I'm rotating from infinity to close focus, and the front does not rotate or telescope at all. So this company in France, Abracam, was approached. I'm not sure who exactly approached them, but they had this problem that they didn't have a matte box that could be used with this, and this company was well known for designing things custom, specialized, much like actually Claremont Camera, the company I started out working at. A lot of DPs knew that they could go to Claremont, and even if it was a one-off thing, they could ask Denny and Terry Claremont, and they would just have the technical geniuses there design something and fabricate it at the machine shop that they had on the ground level, and then within a few days they would have something fabricated. So now this is 3D printed, which is pretty cool. I think, you know, in the 90s and 2000s, when Claremont was in their prime, they didn't really have you know, that much of this kind of technology. So this is how it looks on the front. Let's see if it focuses there. Yep. It's just a very, very lightweight. That's an advantage of having 3D printed matte box. I had them actually make this custom front eyebrow for me. The original one didn't cover the full height of the filter, but I wanted just for NAC to be able to fold that down and have the front of the lens protected. So they, I think for a small additional fee, they fabricated one with a larger front top flag. So let me just show you the 190 millimeter. If you can see there, I gotta prop this up a little bit. Okay. And as you can see, it has these side brows kind of to expand the front. Like so. This matte box doesn't actually use slide-in filter trays like a lot of airy matte boxes do, and that's, I think, to save space. So you just kind of sandwich one end against the other. It's a two-stage matte box. So that's one. It has a little, you can see there's a lever at the back. So you just push that down, the filter drops in, and then that's secure. And then if you wanted to do a second filter, okay, you just pull that lever back, slide the other one in the bottom lip there, and then drop it in. You can see that top pincher is spring loaded, and that's holding it in place. So there's two 6x6 filters in there now. I want to show you something else. This is the 50mm TLS-rehoused LOMO Round Front Anamorphic, and as you can see, it's much smaller than the 35. it has, instead of the 190mm front diameter, it has a 143mm front diameter. And with this lens, with actually all the other lenses, the 50, 75, 100, you can get away with 4x5 filters and matte box. So you can use an Arri LMB 4x5 if you wanted. But there was an accessory that I wanted to grab that Abracam makes, and that lets you use the same matte box on the other lenses. So this insert just goes in the back. It's a 190 to 143 step down, basically, adapter. So you line up this insert has a notch, and you just line up that notch at the hinge at the side of that matte box, and pops in, and then placing it against the front of the lens, and then tighten. Okay, that feels pretty good. Now, these are some 3D printed 4x5, well, basically 6x6 to 4x5 step down trays. So they're spring loaded. They have, you can see that little holder there. I'll show you a little bit closer in a second. Grab a 4x5 filter. Just going to place it in like that and push it down until it pops in. Okay, that's in there pretty securely. Like I put the 6x6 filter in before, just do that the same way here. Until that's in, and pushing it down until it pops in there. That's in. And I just slot it in the front. Like that, and that's in. So you have two 4x5 filters with our Abracam 6x6 matte box. And to get the filter out, you just have this upward spring-loaded pull handle. So I'm just going to pull that up and then rock the filter out. Okay, so yeah, let's see. This is the compartment for the 35mm LOMO, and we have this slot here for the two 6x6 to 4x5 step-down trays. I'm going to take this insert 190 to 143 insert out. And that has a slot right here. And then the matte box has the slot on the edge here. And we had the case designed with some extra slots for long rods. So a couple of 19mm, and if we want, we put a couple of 15mm rods in here. A slot for like a low bridge, like an LS9 or LS8, for either 15 or 19mm rod support. Because this is a big heavy lens, it has this support foot. It does need lens support off the rods. And this is a special 6-inch round diopter holder that was also custom designed just for this lens by Abracam. I don't have any 6-inch round diopters or polas to show you that, but it's a pretty cool option. And I think that's about everything. Something else I saw cool Abracam did, the 25 to 1000 Fujinon Duvo lens. It's a cinema Super 35 lens with an incredible 40 times zoom range. There was no matte box that worked with the front of that lens, and in Film and Digital Times, the September to December 2023 issue. It says issue 122 to 123. On page 107, it looks like, they have an article about how Photocinerent and Abracam designed this ClipOne 6x9 and special 6x9 filters for that 25 to 1000 Fujinon Duvo lens. So yeah, check that out if you're into this kind of thing, but I thought that was pretty cool. I'm proud to have this as part of the kit. It comes, as you saw, in the case with the lens. So yeah, I think that wraps up what I wanted to show you. It just, not really a review of the matte box, but just an overview and sort of a hands-on so you can see how all the pieces fit together. I think there's a lot of attention to detail that went into the design of this, and I think that reflects just on the company Abracam. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting.